Hey guys, it's Glider Gaming back. Had a few more days of rest and I'm feeling way better. Definitely ready to do a video here today. So, thanks for joining me again in the Rustic Dreamland. Honestly, I was so tired the other day and the baby was coming and visiting. I really don't even remember what we did. But there's definitely always plenty to do in this map. So, we're still working in this area. Our germs are almost gone. At least the polluted oxygen is. Let's check the germ overlay. Yeah, so when we start moving people in here, they won't immediately get slime lungs. That's pretty sweet. Speaking of slime lung, Joshua almost back up to 100% here. So that's great. But I think we can go ahead and deconstruct a few more of these guys here. I'm not sure which one I want to deconstruct. I guess I'm going to hit both of these and that one. I'm just going to build a new one. I'll build two new ones. We'll just try to really just knock this out quick. Put one here. Put one... we'll put one there. We also need to sweep up the stuff we just unleashed over here. How's our abyssalite storage going? Okay. So I think this is the abyssalite storage, and it's now full. So I will build another one of those. Because I know we had a lot of abyssalite in and about the base. Okay, a couple of these eggs must have hatched, because we had 3, I think. It's a shine nymph. So we gotta try to figure out if we can find one of these sun nymphs. So far I'm not seeing one. I don't really remember where the eggs were. They're kind of scattered about the base. Oh. More stuff down here causing nasty oxygen. Clay. So better sweep this stuff up. Oh, there's one of the eggs right there. So we can cancel the sweeping on it. It's incubating. Incubation's almost done. Maybe we'll just watch this one so we can see what they look like. And then when it's all hatched and stuff, we'll be able to tell the difference, if there is one. One of our commenters pointed out that they did a little testing, and they found that the fertility rates change in the menu based on what you feed them. So that's pretty cool. I assumed the fertility rates were, like, static. And then, you know, the feeding changed things in the math behind the game. But if it actually, you know, actually changes visually, that's pretty cool. Okay, so it goes up a little slower than I thought. Oh, no, it's still chugging along at a pretty reasonable rate. So it says the sunmorph has been turned orange through selective breeding. So maybe rather than just being gold, kind of yellow, it'll be slightly orange hued. There it is. And to my unrefined eyes, that basically looks the same. I don't know about you guys. Little cute fella. That one definitely looks a little bit more yellow. I don't think I'd ever be able to tell at a glance. But maybe when it gets a little bigger, we'll be able to tell a little better. Temps are looking fine in here. 20 degrees, perfect. So, okay, so what else is going on here? Flooding, yep, that's always going to be there. Oh, but only those critter feeders, so apparently the plastic sorted itself out. Yeah, they're both producing now. So thanks again for that tip. Once again, I still haven't gone back and triple checked your name, but I believe it was Mary. Thank you so much for that little idea that I still haven't implemented in the place you told me to. I don't like to open up my oxygen rooms and risk the chance that more nasty gas gets in there to complicate things. But your idea was used and turned out to be very helpful. Why that works, I don't know. I feel like that's like an oversight. Like, I don't feel like this should work. I kind of feel like cheating. Maybe I should just look at it as a hack. But, you know, we were like frosty. Now we're slightly warmer. But the main point is that it's not just always 140 degrees. So that's great. Okay. I went back to an older video, and I found that there were no cracks here. So it must have been another pressure issue, just like that pressure issue we had in actual tile. So I'd recommend that if you're going to use natural tanks like this, before you go filling them up, if you really don't want the water to spill, you know, build an actual wall, because actual wall definitely has a much better pressure integrity. So here we go, softness. I bet that's part of it. A hardness of 2 of very soft, compared to clay is 5. Algae is very soft, so you can't use algae and slime as hardness 25. Yep, that's got to be it. We just put too much pressure on a very soft tile. We don't get a hardness rating over here, which is unfortunate. It'd be nice to have that comparison. We are getting to that point down here. So we're going to have to decide if we want to try to pump every last bit of goodness out of this, or if we want to stop. If we want to pump every last bit of goodness, we're going to have to do a filter. And if we do that filter, we're going to have a place to put everything. Ooh, we've got a nice little store of petroleum going now, so we could use that for power or jet fuel, so that's cool. Lots and lots of natural gas. In fact, we could probably get another natural gas generator going if we wanted to. There's that petroleum generator we built, but we haven't started using yet. We could just keep going up. We could just put more and more layers of natural gas. I guess let's come up here. If we have that much natural gas built up here too, we really, yeah, it's pretty reasonable. This thing's dormant, so we'll start decreasing on that side. This guy's over pressure. Oh no. Okay, yep. We're building more natural gas. All right. So we'll just toss it right here. So we're going to convert these over. And then we're going to build right here on this level. And we're going to have to dig out all of this. We're going to put them in slightly different spots just so that we can definitely you know, let it drip and not affect these, because sure, you know, why not auto harvest these? Okay. So now we have to figure out what we want to do. What? You guys need to eat better. I don't like rotting food. What? I guess we could like check and see like how much they actually eat. Oh, they're still wild, so we actually can't do that. Wow, we're getting quite a bit of polluted oxygen in base, and it has slime lung. What? How did this happen? How did slime lung get into our base? Okay, well, we're gonna have to deal with this. So hopefully this right here won't affect this room being a break room. We'll have to check and destroy it immediately if it does. Where else? Oh man, oh man, guys, When did this happen? Someone tell me. We don't store any slime in our base. How would slime lung have gotten in? Like, over here, that's not. Like, I don't know if maybe we dropped some slime and it just sat there long enough that it started and then it found other polluted oxygen. But this is not cool. Not cool in the slightest. The living area where they spend most of their time is fine-ish. Well, lottie frickin' da, huh? So for the most part, it's like hundreds of germs. A few thousand. It's these spots right here where you get over 10,000. That's gonna be an issue. So we've got some stuff here. We're addressing the issue. That's the important thing. Okay, we did not affect its ability to be a room. Just gonna build one more right here too. Just gonna nip this in the bud. Try to get rid of all this polluted oxygen, so that this won't become an overarching issue with this colony. Up here, these guys are waiting on delivery, so better pump up their priority too. Yep. Then we'll just have slime lung on regular oxygen, dying off at a reasonable rate. Oh, look at all these beds they've finished. That's awesome. So on the other side of this, we're going to do the same luxury apartments, but yeah, we can just do that now. So 7 people will lose beds, but we've got their beds already set up. And then we can build the new ones right in here. And then we can also start building out the next set of blueprints here. We won't be able to do the crown molding and have it look nice in there, so we'll just do it in this room. Look at those Paku. Nice, bright decor influence from those guys. Thanks, fishes. Also have to watch air pressure. We did add a very large amount of square footage to our base. So we might build a third oxygen room just to keep it all going well. Or maybe we'll build a third oxygen room just to supply our exosuits. And then we can just kind of focus all the oxygen we're pumping out of our oxygen rooms that we've already built to being for the base. And when we do a system where we have an oxygen room just for the exosuits, we actually don't have to cool that oxygen. So we could kind of build it, you know, just right here, and we can just pump it right in, and we don't have to worry about any cooling system. I mean, we don't now, but it's just kind of like a little added benefit. Yeah, one reason this area is probably hotter is because we have that hot oxygen being pumped through. If we just ran it up the bottom, we'd probably put less exposure. Lots of polluted oxygen out here. We could clean it. There's no real reason to clean it, though, so I'm not going to really worry about it. I will likely forget about this, so I'm just going to set it to a slightly higher priority. I'm surprised that the masterpiece art... Well, I mean, I guess this is the older version, so they just already had those set up. I just thought, why aren't these new? But they're the original ones, so it makes sense. We're getting little bits of hydrogen into this room. Not the amounts we want, just because this area is so overpressurized. And that's because we did allow a high pressure vent over here to overpressurize stuff, but we didn't put one in here, just because we don't need that much hydrogen in this room. So how can we address this? How can we fix that? And up here, yeah, even up here, we just have so much. But up here we have so little because this is exposed to space. So one thing we might do is we might move this. Oh, and we have a water lock right there, so that, okay. Maybe if we open this up, break this water lock, some of this gas can escape. That'd be nice. Okay, our water tank is almost full, so that should probably overpressurize when it's submerged and stop producing more water. Huh, 2 shine bugs just chilling out up here. Those might be those ones that we found outside of the base. They're pretty young. I don't advocate killing your shine bugs ever, but as I've mentioned in previous videos, no, they're still in there. The more shine bugs you have outside of your base, the computer has to route their navigation, and it adds to the lag. So, just for performance sake, I think we should not have them. We could build a trap and bring them inside the base, but we also don't really need that. We have just tons of shine bugs inside our base, so we're doing fine. I'm going to throw down a grooming station here. We're going to start grooming our bugs. It's going to increase their metabolism so they eat more, but then they'll also lay more eggs. The reason I want to do that is just because we're going to start producing steel in a video or two, and we're going to need all the eggs we can get. And shine bugs, I think, have the quickest life cycle. So it's important that we have them for their eggs. Furniture. Sorry, having trouble finding it. So we're going to put the bed right up next to the wall for best decor value. So these are going to be slightly less luxury. I'm not going to be doing the plastic tiles in here. I only did that because we specially built the other sections. You know what I didn't think about is CO2. CO2 is going to be a bit of an issue over here. So we might build a CO2 room right here, like we did off over there. So I think rather than might, we're just actually going to do that. So we're going to kind of do all of the blueprints for it. I think I'll end up just topping it off right here. So I'm going to move that. Nope. Just buildings. I don't want to break that pipe. Okay, so the point of this room is going to be carbon skimming. Before we open this up to our main base, we are going to have to treat the oxygen in here. So we're going to need that. Plumbing wise, the dirty output, we'll just patch in over here. Clean input, we will just bridge right here, but I'm not going to connect it yet. And I don't mean bridge, I just mean split. We're just going to split it off. So I'm going to, pardon me, plan this one, and then I can just close it off when I'm ready. gonna need a new crown molding edge right there. In fact, eventually all of these will be gone. I won't be putting showers on this side either. So we just need to kind of figure out 16. So where's that at? 16. So we'll just leave it at this edge here. They'll just be a little bit smaller. Not quite as luxury, but still lovely. I'm also not going to worry so much about the CO2. We have so much oxygen pressure that CO2 will figure itself out. So in the end, I'm not at all concerned about having the vents like right below. They're off to the side. It'll all work itself where it's supposed to in the long run. Uh-oh. So it might just be that she's so far away, because it looks like she can get in base. Yeah, that pop-up's gone. That's kind of a weird pop-up when they're just so far away. Nope, not going to take any of these folks. So, it says it's outside of a grooming stable because a stable has to be so small, but it is, you know, a functioning building regardless. So you don't have to build it. It just, let's see what it says about it. Allows the assigned rancher to care for critters. Assigned duplicants must possess the critter wrangling trait. The building is a necessary component of the stable room. So this makes a stable room, but does not actually seem like it gets a boost from stable room. And a stabled critter will become more productive and less hostile. So that's going to happen when they become tame anyway. So I would imagine it kind of speeds the process up a little bit to be in a stable, but ultimately it's not a huge deal. So we've got 6 out of 8. They're still glum. We cannot figure out how to make these folks happy. They're happy though. So what is up with that? Idle, tame, groomed, happy. Okay, so maybe that glum one just idle, tame. Yeah, hadn't been groomed yet that day. So you must have to groom them like every day to keep them happy, which is fine. That one can have 7. That one can have 8. That's fine. Have 8. This one can have 8. So nothing's overmaxed after the culling last time. Although that fella there apparently got dropped because of a break or something and never picked up, so he needs to go back into his stable. And I'm pretty sure once an egg is laid by a tame critter, that the critter hatched will also be tame. So after a few cycles, we should be able to get rid of that station. We don't really care exactly how happy they are. I just wanted them to be tame so we can learn more about them. Where do you suppose our sun bug is? He's probably all grown up. Oh, literally as we click on it. Did you see that? It grew as we clicked on it. So these things actually have faces and stuff. And sometimes you can actually see them. But I can't see it right now. And it's definitely orange in this thing. So we can try to go up the scale and create royal nymph eggs, and that will change their color again. But for some reason I just wanted sun nymphs. Maybe it was because I saw in Mark 3 that their eggs are required for some medicine or something. But maybe we'll convert some of them over to royal nymphs. I don't know. We'll see. This is literally the first time I've ever successfully made a sun egg, so I've never tried before. That's probably why. So, oh, there you go. You see that? I saw its face for a second. So sometimes it glows a little brighter than others, and you can see its face. All in all, though, when zoomed out, lightly orange, and then more yellow. So we should have like 3 of them floating around right now. But so what we could do is we could start adding shine nymph eggs to this, so that we kind of produce more of the newer type. I'm gonna go ahead and destroy these two because I just really don't know what the decoration situation is gonna look like at the end of this. Let's see here. We'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Not quite everybody's going to have a luxury apartment. But we can get rid of these 4. We can probably fit 2 more large apartments over here. So that'd be 17. Honestly, we could make these into nice apartments. That'd be 19. Oh no, we could have basically everybody in a nice apartment. Just not everybody will have a fish side view. Okay, so our liquid vent is now overpressure. We're not going to be adding any more water into this situation. So my question is, does this still use power? No. When it's blocked, it just shuts off entirely and doesn't need power anymore. So that's cool. So that tank took up almost all the water we had here. That water was like to the top up there. But we did get it filled with nice cold water so we didn't overheat our base. That being said, we're bringing in very nice warm plastic to overheat our base. Over here, we're at 30 degrees. But I have a plan for this. I just haven't implemented it yet because I've been trying to do too many other things. Mainly, this is my main deal, is that before we start cooling the actual base. Because if I'm cooling the base but bringing in 90-degree water, like seriously, what have I really done? Okay. So the pressure is normalizing to a degree. It seems that it's a little choked here. Because up here we're still like 400 grams, 700 grams, 1,000 grams. I think I've said it before in another video, but like, you can't really. You'd think, you know, based on movies and stuff, that this would just suck out all the available gases from everywhere at an alarming rate, but it's not. It's a very passive process, and it never entirely goes away. Like, in the vacuum, there is no gas, but just below the vacuum, two tiles, there are 40 grams of gas, so it's a very passive process. It's not a big deal. So even though you get, like, you've breached space, like, you don't have to worry about that. It's not like, look how far away space is from my base. Like, it's not hurting anything, and everybody's running around in exosuits. And since there's no, like, real pressure, your people in exosuits can walk around in the vacuum. They're not going to get sucked off anywhere. Nothing bad's going to happen at all. I have a bunch of stuff up here I don't need anymore. We could reclaim a bunch of this, but we're not hurting for any materials. So I'm not going to reclaim any of that. Okay, how's our new power plant coming? Okay. So, how are we going to do this? My first inclination was to put it on this switch, but that's going to turn these off at the same point. So they're definitely going to be on the main trunk. Like, all the power is going to go on the same trunk. So we are going to go ahead and just do this. But the automation for when the batteries shut off is going to be something else. So we're going to do one more tile. I'm going to mix it up this time. I'm going to put some jumbo batteries in other spots. Oh, yeah, we have those plants there. Just kidding. I'm not going to put the jumbo batteries in different spots. So, really don't need those there. Oops. Go over to automation real quick. Okay, how are we going to get the gas up there? We have quite the thing happening. So maybe we will kind of redo the gas entirely. Bring it up here. And we'll do like a fair split. We'll come here. We'll go over. We'll send 50% this way, 50% this way, 25% here, 25% here. And then we'll do a similar thing here. And we'll build all this before we break anything, so. As far as the outputs go, we'll have a bridge to combine those flows so both of them can run, because we learned in a previous video that if we didn't combine them, only one would run. And then we'll send this one right here to combine them again. Okay, they're turned off right now. That's why the gas isn't going. No, they're turned on. Why isn't the gas going? We have fuddled things up. Apparently since this is blocked... No? Why isn't this gas going? Okay, we've confused it with these multiple points. It wants to... Okay, yep, we've just caused confusion. So I've noticed over here then that we're going to redirect this. So it's going to come from above. So I'm going to go ahead and break this right here. And break that at a very high priority so we can fix it again real quick. I'm also going to break this one right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to send this over here, and we're going to combine the inputs right here, and then the outputs are going to come from above. So we're going to break this one real fast as well. Try to get this back online ASAP. Okay. So we're just going to come straight across, come straight across. That's going to be our inputs. That can go right there. You can deconstruct that, and those. Switch over the priority screen here real quick. Just bump a bunch of this stuff up. Okay. Back to our bridges and things. So we're going to need a bridge right here. We're going to need a bridge right here. So that's going to go in there. This is going to come straight down. Go under the bridge right there. Okay, perfect. Perfect, except we haven't finished this right here. They can't reach it. That's probably why they aren't doing it. It's usually the reason why your dupes won't do things is because they literally can't. Okay, I think they can jump all those things that I just assigned. So we'll find out here in a moment. You know what? We don't even have to worry about it. We can just build one right there. And then cancel that one. And they can just go up and around instead of having to worry about if they can jump, 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 jump. Okay. Yeah, now we're chucking along. So this is actually not as important. Let's get this building done. Okay. Things are now splitting properly and moving well. It's combining well over here. No confusion. So we did it. All right. So we're just going to match this situation 90-30. We did let a little out. I know that a commenter said you can empty those pipes and stuff, but I'm lazy. I'm sorry. I just don't care that there's a little bit of natural gas floating about. It's not going to change my day. And the bottle emptier for the gas and stuff, like I'm not gonna, I guess I could put a bottle empty down in here and stuff, but it's a lot of extra steps when I'm lazy and just want to break stuff and move on. Stuff over here is pretty hot. So I think I can cool it down a little bit because this thing is just always producing heat when it's on. So I can just put an atmo sensor over here and just turn this one off. And then if I ever want to use this again, I can turn it back on. This thing itself isn't going to create any heat. And hopefully without this thing creating heat, all this will slowly cool back down. But based on the other heat generators around, I probably doubt that. We could insulate this and probably reduce some of the heat it's getting out into the world. Oh yeah, we're making lots of petroleum. How's our plastic situation? Manufactured. 7 tons is a pretty good amount. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do the exact same thing I just did with that glass. I'm just gonna come over here. I'm gonna throw in an atmo sensor. I'm just gonna turn this stuff off. We're good. I've got 7 tons. That'll last me a quality amount of time. So then what I might do up here is then start some steel production stuff. It's getting low, guys. Yeah, I think I'm going to start a little bit of steel production stuff. So we need iron. We've not found an iron volcano, which means we're going to have to produce iron. We can also get iron. Someday I'll include quick move buttons. You can do that. There's a bunch of iron up here, but collecting it is tedious because you're always blocked by these regolith things. And once you start letting your dupes hang out up here, they can get hit by meteorites and stuff. So it's not like super great. Yeah, nice and hot. 150, 160 degrees. We'll be able to make steam very easily with this. So we could come up here and collect, but I think it'd probably just be easier to make our own. So to do this, I'm going to repurpose this right here. I'm going to break this. I'm going to come up here. And I'm going to insulate some stuff so that we don't overheat this area. Or try not to overheat this area. Doesn't need to be huge. It probably doesn't need to be this big. Let's put our station in first, see where we're at. So what we're going to be doing is not a station, it's refinement. We're going to be using a metal refinery. Let's put it right here, tucked in between the abyssalite and the nice insulation we built. So it only needs to be that big. So abyssalite is a much better insulator than insulating tile. So we'll just kind of go like that. And then maybe we'll do something weird. We'll do this. Hopefully this will protect well. We'll have to give them the ability to get up here and actually build this stuff. Okay, that should allow them to build all this. Alright, so metal refinery. We haven't tackled this guy yet on this video or this channel. So a metal refinery has a liquid intake and a liquid output. It takes a lot of power, 1.2 kilowatts. We'll have to run a special line of conductive wire. Has to have a duplicate operated. So it creates heat. Its overheat temperature is pretty low. So we're going to build it. Oh, shoot. It doesn't get built out of metal. Well, we built it out of granite, I think. Yeah. We might change that. But building it out of granite lets its overheat be 90. We put it in a cold biome. Hopefully that'll be fine. Obsidian has the same Fossil doesn't do anything for us. Ceramic would give us plus 200, so we might break it and build out a ceramic if we need to. You know what? That's kind of a good idea. Let's, not necessarily that we're going to build out of ceramic, but we have to rebuild the ceramic thing we built because unfortunately, that other one got flooded out. Okay, so just make this a little bigger. You're still just leaking all up in here. Let's build all the insulation, then we'll worry about the rest later. No longer need those, I don't think. Okay. So, we are also in this little hot box. We're going to put a new kiln. Anywho, metal refinery. So we've talked about what it takes to come in. It creates temperature, it has a low overheat. Gold amalgam, great. It has automation, and refined metals are necessary to build advanced electronics. So, it doesn't really tell you just quite how hot things are going to get. So, what's going to happen is, each time we make a batch of stuff with this, the liquid that it uses comes out super heated. So, we need a way to cool it, and that's where this is going to come in. We're going to utilize this guy. We're also going to utilize shipping in here. We're going to utilize, for the first time ever, a smart storage container. Okay. So, shipping. We're going to take this. We're going to connect it up off this other one. Alright, we're just going to utilize this other shipping line. Right now we've stranded our plastic, unfortunately, by breaking it. I didn't realize that would happen, but once we connect it again, it'll be fine. Automation can be heavily utilized here. So we're going to connect automation to this. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to tell the smart store to shut this off when we have so much of something. We're going to be shipping steel through and cooling it right here. Or not steel, but iron. Yeah, we could actually just make a loop with that. That'd be kind of cool. Oh, but I don't want to restore it in there. So no, we won't do a loop. How ridiculously cold are things right here? Super cold. Just ridiculously cold. Okay. So I think for now we'll just build a storage device right here. And we'll build another shipping sweeper right here. And a conveyor receptacle right here. And we'll just tell it to offload iron into this. I don't think we can do that yet, because I don't think, since we've ever made iron, it would be under refined metal. Yeah, we don't have access to iron, so I can't tell it to store that yet. Liquid. So if you use water, what's going to happen is you end up with like 400-degree water. And in the first base I ever had that I tried to use in Metal Refinery, this thing exploded because so much 400-degree water came up. And it like destroyed the cold biome, it like killed dupes, like it was nasty. So then by watching Cryptic Fox, I saw you can use crude oil. Crude oil has an evaporation point of 400 degrees, but the pressure at 400 degrees from it just barely being evaporated is nil. It doesn't care. So much better idea to use that. So it uses 400. We're going to use iron forever. So it produces, where does it say how much liquid it needs? Better check the original refinement task. Doesn't really say, but if I remember right, it's like 400 kilograms. So we're going to queue up more than that. We're going to queue up maybe, what, 1,200 kilograms? Sounds reasonable. I'm going to destroy this. I'm going to destroy this. We're going to utilize this pipe. We can just, no, destroy right there. We don't have to destroy there. So if we did, 1,200 would be good. A little bit more would be better. So we'll just kind of see here what we can get queued up. See, if it always has 400 sitting in it, it can always be used. If it has 400 cooling, and 400 on its way back, I guess 1,200 would be fine. 1,2 to 1,600 is going to be the goal. Okay, they broke that. So now we're going to go ahead and toss a liquid bridge in here. We're going to send that into the input. Then we're going to send some back out. And we will send it up. And then we're going to switch over to Radiant here. We don't have to worry about it freezing either, because the freezing point of oil is so much lower than the freezing point of water. You know, like in the other biome where we were trying to do something similar to this. I'm going to go up a little higher. Just go straight across. I just don't want to put heat right directly on the plant. I expect this to get a lot colder, but not absolutely, you know, like where this wants to be. But anyway, you know, we just did little bits of this because we were worried that if we did more than just little bits, the water would freeze in the pipe and break the pipe. Well, oil freezes so much below zero. You know, -40, which is actually, you know, this is below -40, but it'll be so hot it won't get below -40. So I'm fine with this. Polymer press has flooded again. So what do we have here? We have it on the off. So basically, when you use a switch like this, you might think the appropriate thing to do would do a signal switch, but this can only be operated by a duplicant. So if you switch it on, you have to wait however long it takes a duplicant to come do it. If you use an Atmos sensor, I just toggle below or above, on, off. No duplicant labor required. Little cheaty, I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh no, I didn't think about that. That wasn't great. It's a little cheaty. You know, I was just complaining that it seemed cheaty to do this in the first place. But yeah, it's very frustrating though to have to wait for dupes to always come and fix things. So this is a little better. I'll bump this up to 8 since it's not happening yet. I'll put the stuff here at 7. Okay, so what we've got so far is the ability to produce metal and then cool it. Honestly, if we're going to just make it into steel, though, what's the point of cooling it? That seems like a waste of labor. So we'll probably just store... We'll just build a second smart container here. And we'll store everything in here that's a component. And then the refined product, we will ship out, cool it down, and ship it into the base. So that means I don't really want that there. I don't really want this here. So everything that we make in here is just going to stay until we make steel, and then steel will get shipped out, cooled, and sent into the base. Okay. Neat. I don't really need a hatchling. I'm pretty sure that if you kill a hatchling, it doesn't even make meat. So I'm not going to let it run around the base until it's so big that we can do stuff with it. So, okay. I think we have this whole room figured out now. Except electricity. But we're at a pretty good video length. So we're going to stop here, and we'll come back and we'll finish this room on the next one. Thanks, guys. See you next time on Gladder Gaming. Likes aren't piling up like I was hoping, so I'm gonna ask you to like the videos if you've watched them. It'll help the YouTube algorithms share it out to more people. So if you like the content and you'd like other people to find it, don't be afraid to like. And please subscribe if you're enjoying it and turn on those notifications so you know when I drop new videos. Have a good one. Bye-bye.